So today you might just consider how redundant life really is. I was just thinking about this, and of course it's nothing profound, but the sun rises every morning, sets every night. The wind blows and then it stops. Rain comes and goes. Storms blow in and then they blow out. We have winter, and then spring, and then summer, and then fall, and then winter again, over and over and over again. The earth spins 26,000 miles in a day. Every day, day in and day out. The earth rotates around the sun every year, and it keeps doing that year in and year out. And that brings me to my videos, because they can get kind of redundant too. They have a theme, a similar message. And although I say things in different ways in each video, it's basically bringing home the same message every time, or at least trying to. I just think that by saying it over and over and over again, it will begin to register. It registers for me because I'm saying it over and over again, and it helps reinforce the ideas in my head. And then for anybody who's watching, it helps them to hear it over and over again. They say that you're supposed to hear things, or that most people have to hear things at least 7 times to remember it. And then to actually make something click, have a concept that really makes sense, or have a concept really make sense to them that might be a little bit different than what they're used to hearing, to have it have this epiphany or some kind of light bulb moment where it clicks and things fall into place. It can take a lot longer than that. So by listening to these concepts and reviewing them and hearing them over again in different ways, I'm thinking that for some of you, this may make a difference, where the idea will click into place on not an intellectual level, but at a emotional level, or at an unconscious level, where it clicks and it starts to make sense at such a deep level that you're able to just go there and feel it and use it, and that it becomes more like when you're driving a car. When you first learn to drive a car, everything is very mechanical. You know, especially if you learn to drive a stick shift, you have to think about pushing in the clutch, shifting into gear, releasing the clutch just right so that you don't stall the vehicle, having the mirrors and checking them, and checking in front of you and behind you in the mirrors, and watching traffic and speeding up just right to get into the traffic when you're entering the highway. All these things are very mechanical when you first start learning to drive. But then after you've driven for 6 months, it's like you can be eating in your car, driving down the road, listening to the radio, having a conversation with a friend, and all of those things are automatic because you've been doing them over and over and over again. It's the same thing with these concepts that I'm talking about, is that eventually the ideas become part of you because you've heard them over again, and you're practicing the things that I talk about practicing. And as you do that, it just becomes automatic, to where you're doing it just as a matter of fact, as a matter of course in your daily life. And it's actually bringing you results that you see, that you feel. So yes, it's redundant. But then look at the world and see how redundant everything else is as well. So I'm in good company. And you watching these videos, you're in good company too. Because everything's redundant. That's all I have for today. Ciao.